Welcome to Writers on the Air, a show dedicated to all writers. My name is Linda Schell, and I'm your host this week. By the way, this is the last time you're going to see us until August 12th because our tech is going on vacation, and a well-deserved one, and our tech is Marie Labrosse. In this coming hour, we will hear from writers on our Writers on the Air Facebook page. Other writers who cannot be here today will have their work read by us. We are coming to you this morning live on Facebook, and our show airs, by the way, on Sundays at 3:04 on WKDW Radio 97.5 FM. And the show also streams on kdwradio.com. Thank you to RJ Malloy, our station manager at the station, and Marie Labrosse. For questions or donations, please contact the radio station at 941-564-8738. We are a 501c-3 nonprofit community radio. And if you would like to submit your essay or poetry, not more than 3 minutes in length per submission, please contact L. Schell, SCHELL, the number 2 at Verizon.net. And you'll see my email address and Emma's email address, by the way, at the bottom of the screen if you want to make a submission. All right. We've got a full house today, and I'm going to start off with you, Alan. What have you got going for us?
Start off with a dead serious one.
All right.
It's called The Adjoining Table. So awesome. You sent me that text that said you had met a new boy. Yeah, like, I'm all in like flustered like, and he's like, are you having a fit? And I'm like, no, like, but I'm already sweating. He's like, turn it off or I'll get the wrong idea. My mum told me to go easy like and keep my guard up. Well, like, I ain't no boxer. Besides, I think I'm already fond of him, like, in a weird sort of way. And he's probably not as fast as that guy from around the corner who peeks in my window every Saturday night. So, like, this guy's like, how about a movie? I'm like, okay. He's like, got any cash? I'm like, only like my mum boyfriend card. He's like, let's try that. I'm like, okay. We sit in like the back row. I didn't want him to like take advantage of me, like, but I was all over him. After the movie, like, we strolled through the park. Things like got hot and heavy, like, and he's like, you want to sit on the grass? I'm like, awesome. I got home late. My mum's like, where you been till now? I'm like, the movie got out late. She's like, did you like go to the park? She's already troubled with our lodger and not taking a pill one night last month. That's not like a problem for me, but like I haven't remembered to take mine for 10 days. Could that like be a problem?
Okay. Alan is our one and only airline pilot.
Oh, that's funny. I've got one just like that, a short one here.
Okay, go ahead.
This is called Student Pilot. We had crossed the Atlantic from London on a Friday afternoon, headed for our base, JFK International Airport. In a descent over Long Island, the New York Center Control passed us over to Kennedy Approach Center. We checked in. TWA 701, leveling at 7,000. Roger, TWA 701, maintain 7 and heading 265. Vectors for runway 22 left. We responded. Approach control again. American 34, turn left, heading 230. Roger, left, heading 230, American 34. Just then, a weak, hesitating voice came in. New York, this is student pilot Cessna 558 at 2,000 feet. Permission to cross your airport, over. Cessna 224, what's your heading? Answer, E. New York, turn to W and get the hell out of the Kennedy control zone.
Okay. Thank you, Alan. Excuse me. Okay, I'm going to read one from, I picked a fine time to swallow the wrong way. I'm going to read one from RJ Malloy, our station wagon, station manager. His poem is entitled Silent Words. It's getting harder to hide the truth. I want to smile, but my walking sleep is over. Your empty promises will have to please me. Once we were alive in this time of numbered hours, our talks always silent, love words hidden behind my eyes. I should have left here long ago, but writing my life on mockingbird wings, I waited, living as I have always lived, with nothing more to lose but time. Yet you appeared calm beside me. The first day I noticed mad swirls of autumn leaves dancing inside your head. The gray sky is teasing as I pause to hear you say goodbye. Okay, thank you so much, RJ. And I'm going to throw it back to Carol. What do you have for us, Carol?
I have a poem called The Portrait. Engaged in flatteries and flirtations, a man and woman enamored with each other sit together at Gordon Conwell during a poetry workshop. They are in their early 60s, replaying my image of my love and me in the autumn of our years. I share the table with them and notice that the woman wears my contentment in her eyes, my joy in her smile. She is his love gift, and he is hers. Pirouette and plie like figurines atop a jeweled music box. Life is fragile. The autumn years come swiftly. Her husband caresses her as though she were a porcelain doll. Their eyes meet, their smiles greet. This is first love in autumn time finery. Now I know. The tenderness I see in them is the portrait others see in my love and me. Our eloquent look of love's exquisite love in autumn grandeur.
Thank you, Carol. Do you have more for us later on?
Yes, I do.
Okay,
Yes.
we'll come back to you.
Mhm.
I'm going to do one from Sheila Calhoun, Our Lady from Scotland. And it's entitled, I'd like to say, oh, excuse me, there's another one I want to do. It's entitled, Will It Ever Come Again? And this is in honor of her father in law. Darling, will it ever come again, that glorious special feeling when I looked into your eyes? You made me feel alive, as only you could do. As your eyes looked into mine, I knew in that short time I'd never feel this way again. No one else made my heart dance as only you could do. The magical nights we walked around, just glad that we had found a love we knew would last and sweet promises you made anew, as only you could do. And when our son was born on a January morn, such joy was ours. How proud you were that day as you vowed to protect us always, as only you could do. Then fate came and played a part, and deep sadness broke my heart. I had to watch you leave one day to fight a war so far away, as only you could do. My son and I are not alone. I have sweet memories to call my own. In dreams, I look into your eyes, that glorious feeling comes alive. In my dreams, you're still alive. In my dreams, you never die. And Sheila gave me a note that her husband was about a year and a half old when his father was killed at Dunkirk in the Second World War. So that was very nice of her to think of him. I'm going to throw this to Emma. What do you have?
Okay.
Are you ready, Emma?
I, yeah. Now that Marie has unmuted me, yes.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to read a couple of things from a book. I have a book, old, that is familiar. It's a book of poetry. It's the first poetry book that I ever had published. And this poem is called Hot Flashes. Have I died and gone to hell? No, wait. I'm surrounded by people. I'm in a store. Yes, I'm shopping. I'm alive. But yet, when I search the faces around me, I find no one who looks as I do. I am red of face. My scalp is wet. My pulse is rapid. The other people go about their routine, not noticing me. How can they not see my clothes stuck to my soaking body? 5 eternal minutes have elapsed since I felt the first warm flush rise from the center of my being. Ah, now it's over. I'm normal again. But for how long? It will strike again in 1 hour, maybe 3, depending how hard the devil works stoking my fires of hell. All the demons I have arm wrestled throughout my life were only preparation for this final battle called menopause.
I'll never forget when my son got up one morning and said to me, "How's your menopause, Mommy?" I don't know where he got that.
I love that.
No,
Should I do,
no, it's fine.
should I do another quickie or?
Do you have someone for somebody else?
I do. I do. I have something from Izzy. Uh, I do read on Sunday afternoon at 2 o'clock, just me babbling away, reading everybody's work that they send me. So if anyone wants to send me anything, I believe it's at the bottom of the page here. You can send it to me and I'll read it on Sunday at 2. This I got from Isolde Hunter. It's called Forgiveness in Time. I wonder, be it time alone that wears away the cutting pain we feel, as pride sliced clear to bone makes anger swell or hate disdain. Was the affront a vicious attack? Perhaps as envious revenge, or merely mindfulness it lacked, oh, not worthy of plots to avenge. Time mellows us, deepens each soul. Perceptions alter, needs grow few. What once provoked now takes no toll. Found inner peace makes life renew. Though bee steals nectar from sweet time, as bear steals honey from those bees, we choose forgiveness in good time and learn from nature, live with ease. Izzy,
That's,
beautiful.
you have one from Mike too?
I do.
Okay.
I have hundreds here that I pile up in alphabetical order to read. This is I got this from Mike Neville just yesterday, so I'm going to read this. This is brand new by him.
Okay.
It's called Rain. The clouds get dark and it begins to rain. Water falling from the sky. I feel no pain. In my eyes, the moisture runs as the clouds block out the light of the sun. I feel the rain as it hits the ground. From my ears, I hear all its sound. Rain drops into puddles, small dimples they make, landing on the window sill, keeping you awake. The magical sound of rainfall puts you into a trance, allowing your mind to wander and your inner conscience to dance, putting a smile on your face for the way you feel, the places your mind has gone you will never reveal. When the rain comes to an end, there is no room for a frown. Heaven moved the clouds to let the sun shine down. Watch a rainbow come out with your back to the sun. Gives you hope that the rain is done. With your lazy dreams gone and reality sitting in, time to get back to living. Where shall you begin? Greeting your friends with a smile, not a frown. Heaven moved the clouds and let the sun shine down.
That was,
Mike
thank
Neville.
you. That was really a good one from Mike, I think. And I'm going to grab this. Go ahead, Emma.
I say he just wrote it, which I find miraculous because I can't just write it, you know?
Oh, yeah. And Steve Lynn can do that. And Linda Wright does it. I don't know how they do it.
I don't either. I don't either.
All right. I'm going to read one from Steve. It's called Walking the Parapet. The storm is all around, and if the walls come crumbling down, life will never again be the same. And the lightning and the thunder will revolutionize asunder. But the storm has not breached us yet. And here I am in my lonely castle. I'm just walking the parapet. The night is dark and the stars are impossibly far away. The legends of ancestors have fallen asleep, still searching for a brand new day. Awakening into a dream metamorphosis where the parameters have not yet been set. Here I am in my battered armor. I'm just walking the parapet. With the smoldering ghosts and their fiery roast, only a nightmare away, the banshees cacophonously pierce the darkness with a vestigious spectral display. Shrouding the clouds so furiously browed, my resolve is somehow set. And here I am at the edge of all reason. I'm just walking the parapet, creating a digital sorcerer's force field where the whip points have ferociously designed a bridging leverage of epic proportions, aerodynamically aligned. Like a turbojet as fast as warp speed can get, here I am at the forward gate. I'm just walking the parapet. Thank you very much, Steve. And by the way, we're hoping we'll be back at Common Grounds in September. We haven't been able to meet there because of COVID, but we're all up in the air. We just don't know. This one is by Linda Wright. It's entitled D. Across vast plains, winds blow with confusion in a dust bowl of decision. Swirling dust devils collect debris in its path from the desert of decay. Buzzards fly menacingly overhead, searching, searching in vile anticipation for written scrolls of past, diving down to dine ferociously on democracy as flesh of our forefathers are feasted upon with ravenous disregard, as surely their bones turn to dust, evaporating with the sands of time, blowing across the plains of distrust, leaving a void of reason that a new world order suffocates for the sake of self-interest. Thank you, Linda, and I sure feel your pain. Now, I'm going to turn this over to Scott Zirkelback, and he is the honcho at the Northport Poetry Workshop. And Steve's going to tell, or Robert Scott is going to tell us all about it.
Hello, everybody. I am Scott Zirkelback, and I'm coming to you from the Northport Art Center Gallery, and I'm glad to be back after missing a couple of weeks here. I want to, if you hear strange noises in the background of my audio today, I'm sharing the space with a summer camp full of children right outside the office door here. So we may hear knocking and strange noises, and I might get thrown off a bit, but I'll try not to. It's a little, they're having fun out there. Anyways, what I wanted to share with you today is when we come back to our live shows in August, I'm going to have some news to share about the Northport Workshop, Poetry Workshop. We're going to resume our meetings and open mics in the fall, and in September, the Writing Club celebrates and kicks off its 33rd season, and I will look forward to offering poetry in Northport and seeing and hearing all of the talented writers in our area in person again. So I will have in August, I'm going to give you the scoop on the dates and time and where we'll be meeting. So stay tuned for that in August when we come back live. One more thing before I do some reading. I just wanted to give a quick shout out to my second mom, Betty Seward's Quill, who is in the hospital recovering from complications after surgeries. I just want to say heads up and chin up, Betty. You're going to get through this. So we love you. All right. My poem today has a story behind it, and I'll get to that right after I'm done, and then we'll go on to somebody else. But this poem is called Dirty Cotton, and I may have read it about a month ago, but I'm rereading it for a purpose. So we'll get to that. This is called Dirty Cotton. And every storm, be it dark and heavy, create a distance. Without the pier, men do not exist. Fish find shelter under the boardwalk. What would thunder be if it didn't break the silence first? On the grassy shore, a lone palm will brave this menacing storm with no friend to call his own. All the fishermen have gone home. I am more threatened by the steely bed of comforting water, like a rippled sheet, what lies beneath, crowding the frame of the blackened sky, dirty cotton overstuffed with drama. The saturated sponge pillows look to be ready to cry. Heaven's tears, I guess, are usually air dried. Could there be a patch of blue, a beam of hope, some silver lining? The earth smells brand new. The sun comes back out. The day she is all clean cotton. Can I say, I still love you? Now,
Very nice.
the reason I reread it is this was presented and was taken from the last show that they had here at the Art Center, which was called Get Inspired by a Second Chance. I selected a photograph to write the poem. Well, a week after I wrote this and after I read it at the show, I emailed a copy to the photographer as a gesture, and she replied with a request from her condo president where she lives in Port Charlotte, asking me to write a poem for the condo's walls, and her photographs in my poem were going to be on these walls. So I'm working on a new project, and the photographs are just amazingly beautiful. And when it's complete, I'll bring it on here in August and show everybody what I've done during our break. I have another little quick project to do, and it was just inspired by this particular poem and the photograph. The condo president saw the poem and the photograph, and now she's asked me to do it for the whole complex.
Wonderful.
So that's a little, scoop for my personal little poetry career. So I'm very happy to do that for my friend Linda Moreau, who helped me write that poem by taking such a beautiful photograph. So anyways, I'll move on. If I'm ready to move on, come back to me later.
If we have time, we'll come back to you later. And I'm going to ask Carol, do you have one?
I do. I have one from Giggles of Nature, and it's called Break of Day. I'm going to change it to Young Girl Comes Home.
Okay.
Silken rainbows ribbon across a cerulean blue heaven, as lavish clouds break pink above to celebrate homecoming. She fills the house with dance and sparkles glitter where she steps. Waiting rooms breathe in fragrance. Broken hearts are healed, and daybreak showers down a choir singing. Each room stands to applaud. God's sky is mauve, the child is home, and hugs are free and night is day, and day breaks bright and sparkle shines in distant skies as purple plays on cotton candy clouds.
Very nice. Thank you. Okay. All right. I'm going to do one for Dobie Pasco, who's a prolific poet, and it's called Hi, Rushki. That is what the Americans called the Russians when there was a Soviet Union. But I can't really call you Rushki, can I? Since you were born in Siberia. And I can't call you Emmanuel, can I? You wouldn't like that. I don't know if I can call you anything, as you have not called me anything, but I can imagine you, when the first feather light snow fell, stomping your feet to make what we called elephant tracks, smushing the snow away, wearing your warm woolen mittens mother had knit for you, with love, so you could look up at the stars as you walked hand in hand with your parents on your way to visit Grandma and Grandpa at their home way across town. With that beautiful smile on your face, the one you still have, as you look up at the stars tonight, that same smile still on your face, and with your sparkly, hopeful eyes. And I assume that this lady was a childhood friend. Her name was Emma Kurush. Okay, now at Writers on the Air, we don't read anything from a published author. except we do make exceptions sometimes. And I'm going to make an exception today. I was reading a children's book called The Man-Eating Tigers of Sundarbans, and that's in India. And the first paragraph, it just hit me, so I have to share it with you. A warm May night in eastern India, in a peaceful time in the mud and thatch villages that ring the forest at the edge of the sea. The farmers have returned from working in their gardens and rice fields. The children are back from school and now recite their evening lessons or chant prayers. The air carries the cozy scent of wood smoke, baking bread, and spicy stews bubbling over clay hearths. It is a good time to be home. And that paragraph just puts me in the moment. By the way, tigers don't normally eat human beings, but for some reason, there's 2 towns in India where it is a problem. And Alan suggested that I start writing poetry. So against my better judgment, I did a short one. And it's called Not Seen Nor Heard. And it was inspired by this children's book. Not seen nor heard, searing heat, oppressive breath, jaws clamp, daggers pierce, limp body, a tiger's meal. Okay, I got to share this with you too. I learned from this book that the Siberian tiger can grow to be 800 pounds, and he can be 10 feet long, if you can imagine that. And the tigers in India can leap 30 feet. So I guess I don't want to mess with them. All right. Emma, what do you have for us?
Go back to my my book. This is called My Sickly Doll. My first doll, always by my side, cuddled and loved, or carelessly dragged through muck and mire. Teething gums gnawed her fingers and toes beyond recognition. The tiny body held together with thick black tape from all the falls she endured. How prophetic that my life should suffer the same disasters. The cracks have been mended, but nothing can restore us to the perfection of our beginning. Did I depress you enough?
Always. It's always so fun to get depressed with you, Emma.
Thank you. Do you want another, or my done?
Yeah, just so we make sure everybody gets in, would you read some from some of the other folks, and we'll come back to you?
Oh, absolutely. No, I just was
okay.
It's fine.
Do you have one for Mike or Isolde?
Oh, me? Yeah. I just saw something from Mike popped up here on the. This is Mike Neville. No energy. Lord, I have no energy. Where did it go? I'm going crazy, don't you know? One day it's here, the next day it's gone. If this is getting old, then bring it on. When I was young, I'd work and I'd play. Never felt a pain the very next day. Now I just wonder what's at the dinner buffet. And I'm too tired for a roll in the hay. When my gal comes home all pretty from the salon, she tells me to put my dancing boots on. She wants to go out and dance the night away. It's right here at home where I want to stay. I was proud to have a young, blushing bride, always showing off with her by my side. But when she gets frisky and comes looking for me, I just grab a bottle of that old Scotch whiskey. I love my life, wouldn't change it in any way. Loved my lady from the very first day. I was proud to have a young, blushing bride, always showing her off, her by my side. Lord, I have no energy. Where did it go? I'm going crazy, don't you know? One day it's here, the next day it's gone. If this is getting old, then bring it on. Yep, Mike.
We all can relate to that. Do you
Okay,
have anything for Izzy?
I do, surely.
Okay.
I always have some. I have hundreds here, I think, from all my dear friends. This is called a birthday card from a very old friend. This is by Isolde Hunter. I glimpse my name on envelope scrawled in his shaky hand. Long years of friendship, laughter, menship, we well understand. If we had never become friends, what strengths we might have missed. No support giving while career driven, like babies never kissed. While laughter bubbled, triumph doubled. When good luck came our way, then sorrow sharing, illness caring, assuaged my deep dismay. Today, another birthday brings some wobbly words from you, yet in their meaning clearly sings life's trials you've helped me through. That's beautiful, Izzy. I have I have a friend like that too, and I know what that feels like. It's wonderful. Yes.
She's a dear, isn't she? Izzy too. Izzy's
Wonderful.
a dear. Okay, Alan, do you happen to have another one?
Do? Yes.
Okay.
Shall I do it?
Yes.
All right. This was a painting recently at the art show at Northport. I'll hold it up and hope you can see it.
We see it.
It's a sandhill crane in a swirling background. Okay. And I wrote about that. And the painting was called Crane Cavern by John Hudson at the Northport Art Centre show, June 18. Majestics at the mall. We left Busch Gardens, stopped at a small strip mall, vehicles unsure where to park. Soon the problem presented. An elegant flock of sandhill cranes, taller than garden ornaments, wandered among people and parked cars, seemingly witless, uncomfortably too tame. What was this strange parade? A crane loftier than the rest approached, cautious but decisive, stopped inches from me, eye to eye, beak to beak, statues. Me somewhat bewildered, he questioning in his gaze. As a passerby came near, the crane left in ballet strides. Obviously a local, the man told of a marsh and a small lake, crane habitat for generations. Planners and developers came, crushed the marsh, filled the lake bed level. Turmoil replaced the sandhill compass, confusion, a new forced way of life. Sadness in our hearts for dignified tenants evicted, not owners, but sharing this planet as mankind should. Suppose progress insensitive to the plight of others, invade the soul and realm of majestics at the mall. And here endeth the
Very
first
nice.
test. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, I'm going to read one from Sheila Calhoun, our Scottish friend. She says, I'd like to say goodbye. I had a thought the other day that maybe I hadn't long to stay in this magnificent troubled old world we have today. So I thought I'd like to say goodbye to the trees, the hills, the midnight sky, to flowers that send their sweet perfume my way, for the river seen at break of day, for the boats that sail upon the bay, for the soothing sound of waves, a fitting lullaby, for the wind that whistles through the trees, that sends its welcoming, cooling breeze, that helps us to escape the heat of the summer sun, for all the bird song heard on high, for the beauty of each butterfly, for the sight of hundreds of lovely water lilies I once drove by, for all the beauty that a snowflake brings when it covers all the old and ugly things, a miracle that comes each year and always brings me joy, For the whales to sing their mournful songs, for the otters that are playful all day long, for the beloved dogs who keep our loneliness at bay, for the merry laughter of my children at their play, for the great times we had dancing the night away. Those memories are here to stay forever in my mind. For all the love and care that came my way from my parents, my husband, my children, for each day. Here on earth, I give you my grateful thanks, dear Lord. Then, when it's time for me to go and I close my eyes, I believe I'll see in this promised paradise all my loved ones once again. That's heaven enough for me. Thank you. Oh boy, we're all getting at that age we think about those things. Carol, I'm going to loop back to you. Do you have something for us?
Okay, I do. I have a short one. I have two short ones, really. First is Sweet Moment in Time. Listen to the quiet. I want to be sure that it's loud enough. I'm not sure if you can hear me as well. Okay. Sweet moment in time. Listen to the quiet. This moment of solitude, unbroken, with weeping willows swaying in sweet abandon against an azure sky. A cardinal struts nearby, chirps a song written for me. Rain droplets trickle down my cheeks. The lazy morning sun enfolds me. Tomorrow will wait. And I have Giggles of Nature.
Okay.
Gorgeous jade, appealing and luscious, full and firm, poised for a photo. I tip my hat and say much obliged. Sassy sunflower you, smiling coyly, stare down toward your worthy earth. Then swift in step with the wind, look to the sun, a lilt in your style and a glimmer in your eye. While walking on stones in my yard, each dove wiggles his booty and chuckles as we pass, pudgy, fragile darlings.
Thank you. Okay. Emma, you have something for yourself.
I have this. My husband would kill me, but I'm going to read it.
Okay.
He always says, "Stop reading that."
He's making Emma. He's making soup for you today, or I mean stew.
Well, he's doing the lamb stew. Yes, that's right. And right now he's sitting on the chair looking at me, and he's saying, "What is she going to read? I'm going to smack her." Okay.
Okay.
And he knows. He said, "Don't ask." Yeah, it's called "Don't Ask." Ask for my love. Ask for my life. I'll give it all gladly. I'll give you no strife. Ask for a song. Ask for the moon. I'll pull that orb down. I'll sing you the tune. But oh, my darling, so much will be lost if ever again you say, "How much did it cost?"
Very good. Do you have one more that you'd like to read of your own, or do you have something of somebody else's you want to read?
Well, I have the book in my hand. I may as well just read something real quick. I'm going to read something for my son Randy. He's probably
Okay.
not watching. No, I'm going to read for Marty. This is Marty, my husband. After doing the "Don't Ask" thing, I'm going to tell you how much I love it. Okay, Marty, you are the one person closest to me in the world. You are the one person farthest from me in the world. You alone can hurt me beyond measure. You alone can give me the courage I need to survive. Our path has been laid with many traps and pitfalls. Our options have been few. Need brought us together. Hope kept us clinging, and love made us stay. That's my Marty. Okay, Mart? Okay.
You're back in good graces. And I've
Yeah.
got to, if I hope what Marty doesn't get angry with me, but he can't eat the lamb, right?
That's
Or
right.
he's
can't
making
eat-
lamb stew. Yeah, he's going to live
Yeah.
on vegetables.
And he has rice, vegetables, and things like that. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's
But
pretty good.
I couldn't take the time to make the lamb stew because I have to perform. I'm busy.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, Scott, what do you have for us? We've
I
got
have
a little bit more time. Scott, do you have
I have
anything?
I have a couple of quick shorties, for you.
Okay.
This is from exactly about 5 years ago today. So this is from July 12th, 2016, called Cup of Joe. The man downstairs never shares his sugar. I drink my coffee black, so it don't matter to me. The man downstairs always offers his advice. I hear what I want, so I don't taint my world. The Holy Spirit visits my rooms. I sleep with one eye open. The midnight skies cradle hope. The dawn breaks the fever. Every day is different than the day before it. Take no wooden nickels. Save a word for the neighbor above. He guards the open window to your soul.
Mm.
Kind of philosophical. Okay.
Yes,
And
sir.
this next one you read for me a couple of weeks ago, and it was a new poem, and I haven't actually got to read it. So I wanted to put my spin on In the Mouth of a Whale.
Okay.
Living underwater, running aground, my mind is an ocean with no anchor I found. Trade winds directions, so I've been tossed. Ain't no different on the dry land, I'd rather stay lost. When it's all too much and the red skies turn black, in the belly of the beast you cannot turn back. Sink or swim, perish the thought, in the mouth of a whale I am caught.
Very nice. Thank you.
So, a little flubbed, but yeah, I want to give it my spin. So, I'm good.
It is amazing how different people, when they're reading, somehow change the
inflections.
meaning a little bit. Or
Yeah.
When you read the one about the white sheets,
Yeah.
I love that. I love the way you read it.
Well, so,
Okay.
When we're reading our own things, I think that it comes out a little bit more, the inflection that you're using, and so the tone changes when the author reads compared to a cold reader, which is beautiful when people are cold reading. But I think you're right. When you read your children's stories, I could never read those like that because I don't have the fascination mind, So when you're reading poetry, it's the mood that you're going for, I think, sometimes. So that's what I try to do. Try to share.
You do it very well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. I've got one here for Steve Lind, and it's called The Deeper Half. I look at the picture and my dimensional face comes from out of the play, wearing a mask like a Shakespearean ghost with something prophetic to say, whispering behind the billowing clouds, once ancient and far away, for those who only remember me in the bits and pieces that comprise a structural fray. A ride like a phantom on an obstacle course through the smoke and confusion that inspires my haunted horse. The depth of my meaning floats on these words like a mystical signals emitted from a flock of auspicious birds. Half of it is camouflage, but the deeper half shines like a light through the gruesome sea of darkness that envelops your precious flight. Half of my message is science, and the deeper half is my art, shrouded in clouds that profoundly endow the deeper half of my heart. Thank you, Steve. Steve's poems are always very unique. Okay. Carol, do you happen to have a shorty?
I do.
I hate to catch you off guard like that.
No, I have two.
Are you okay?
Shorties, yeah, if you really want.
All right. Sure.
Okay. This one is called At Last My Love. When dawn boasts a plump orange sun, I think of you. When rains cascade at dusk or snowflakes sprinkle at morn, and twilight flaunts the quarter moon slender, As music fills my room with the quiet essence of you, you fill my mind with playful shades of Mary. The musings of a million eons unveil in these precise moments, because your kiss was my awakening, and I stirred sublime in your arms. The next one is Wonder of Wonders. What compares with the course of human birth? Feeling your baby stretching, turning, punching, kicking inside of you. How can this be? The splendor of life inside the womb before life takes its place after birth. Then at last beholding the child in your arms. Little pitter-patter package wrapped in blankets warm. And wonder of wonders, as years go by, you picture your child's face in his child's smile.
Thank you so much. Very nice. Family is so important.
So important.
Scott, are you wanted to say something?
A visitor in the office, but
Oh,
that caught us off guard, so we're all right.
you're okay? All right. I think I have time for Dobie. I'm going to try. It's called Raking Leaves with Memories. This dry spring has almost killed my avocado tree. The first year it may produce, leaves turning yellow, then brown and dry. My attempts at watering help very little. The leaves keep falling, becoming dry, and crisp underfoot, rustling in the night. But this welcoming all-day rain has made all the needed difference, washing down all the dry leaves and greening up the remainders. I rake these dry, crisp leaves and remember raking leaves with my father both when I was a child and when both he and I were much older. When I was little, he did the heavy work. When he became older, the burden switched to me. Today, as I rake and he is long gone, I wish I could tell today's children how those days working with my father were the happiest days of my life. And the memories, even though the tears are the best a child or man could ever have, and somehow to tell them, sons and daughters, to cherish those times working with their dads and moms, as those memories will last forever. Thank you very much, Dobie. Okay. Alan, do you have a shorty?
I do, and strangely enough, it's called Party.
Okay.
Parties here, parties there, parties springing everywhere. Party time, party line. Whate'er your cause, state it fine. Parties soft, parties loud. Greet a few or greet a crowd. Parties happy, parties sad. Some work well, others bad. Parties new, parties old, becoming warm or fading cold. Parties bold, parties scared. Don't drive home if you're impaired. Parties somber, parties wild, advancing numbers thrill the child. Parties vintage, parties fun, add 'em up, make a ton. Parties small, parties great, things achieved, let's celebrate.
Okay. Let's celebrate. Okay. I've got time for another shorty. Anybody want to volunteer? Scott's got one. Okay.
And this is called yin and yang in the sense of
Okay.
opposites. So yin and yang. When your oxygen is hating, sure you can breathe the fire, but wonder why people are always throwing water on you. Why must we continually try to save you from yourselves, stamping out your flames? Is it possible? Could it be we exhale the love?
It could be.
It could be.
It could be.
I also have a very short one from one of my authors, poets in our Weavers of Words 8,
Okay.
from Dorothy Leach Rawlinson, who's up in Long Island, New York. And this is called My Love. You are my emerald jewel, glistening as you walk, one who speaks in tones so soft. You are the melting snow with the promise of spring. You are the gentle rain that falls on dormant flowers, awakening their spirit. Let me blend to let me bend to blend with you, my love. Oh, it was such a beautiful poem, and I messed up the last line. Oh well, we'll try that again some other time, Dorothy. Shoot.
Put that on your
Yeah.
when you come
redo.
back in August. That's the first thing you
Reread
do.
my reread list. Yes.
Right. Is there any announcements anybody wants to make?
Yes, I want to say have a happy vacation, Marie, and happy writings, and see everybody in August for new live shows.
Thank you, Scott. Thank you.
Yes, and
Anybody else want to throw it in?
We miss you, Linda R. Wright, and
Absolutely.
we hope to see you soon. But she's having such a good time. I wonder if she's going to come back. She's in the middle of nowhere and loving it. Yes.
I know she's having a good time because I usually hear from her, and I have not heard nada.
Yeah.
She's in paradise right now.
She is. She loves all that grass and all that stuff. No, I'm a city girl now.
Oh, I was born on the.
I miss New York.
Okay, I got a shorty here by John McGrath, and I hope he can come on sometime. Tell him, please, Scott. Okay, it's called Magnolia Blessing. What angel rested there upon the height from heaven's touch is born a wondrous form? How sharply does such beauty focus sight of Eden's realm does it the earth inform? It seems my helpmate often visits there, that she uncovers joy this world conceals, and finding it invites mankind to share the countless souls her happiness reveals. The clear intent that flowers grace the sphere does not remove their hold upon the heart. In their embrace, the moment shared, endeared. The fears that cloud our earthly days depart. No esoteric gift the gods bestow. Their flowers shine for all who yearn below. Well, folks, we appreciate your visiting us. We want to invite children and grandchildren to send in their poems to us. And a final word from Writers on the Air. And thank you, Alan. Thank you, Carol. Thank you, Scott. Thank you, Emma. I would not want to do this all by myself. I really appreciate it that you show up like you do. And you're having fun too. Okay. And as I just said, I hope you enjoyed the show today. And Marie, thank you always. We wish you a very wonderful vacation. She's our tech, and she keeps things running smoothly. And a special thank you to our station manager, RJ Malloy, for giving us this wonderful opportunity to share our talents. Thanks for listening, and have a great week, everyone. So long.